Welcome in, guys. Another winning night, getting it done in the NFL. 2-1 on the Monday Night Football games. Hit with the under in the Saints-Carolina game, and we hit with the Steelers plus the 2. They ended up winning it outright. Also had the under in that Steelers game, which did not end up hitting. Just defenses were too good, and sometimes that's what happens when you lose an under. And we saw that last night. All the turnovers, all the crazy nonsense. Anybody with Chubb props or fantasy-wise, sorry for that. It looks like he's going to be done for season. Gruesome injury there. But Ford ended up looking all right there. We'll see how Cleveland goes moving forward. Baseball split, Detroit and Cincy. Dog money, 1 unit bets. You guys know we'll take 50% with the dog money in baseball all day long. Going to be giving you guys 2 free bets here on this MLB card today. So stay tight. Going to get into that. First, John, Sunday Night Football, thoughts on that? Or sorry, Monday Night Football, thoughts on that?
Doubleheader to choose from yesterday. So one game we bet from early in the week. Couldn't understand why that total didn't really move. New Orleans, Carolina, we went under 40. That was our 2-unit bet, our biggest bet of the night. It was apparent that game was going to be under basically from the kickoff. I don't know if anybody caught it. The rookie QB, he actually was lining up not behind the center on a play. This is what happens with rookie QBs, and you just know a New Orleans Saint defense was just basically smothered them. Although they tried to make it close at the end, always want to give you a little race at the end. They get that give me touchdown. But yeah, that one was a no-brainer. We were on the under on that one. And again, as Ben said, we split the decision with the Steelers. Again, the defense getting it done for us. DJ Watt, look, he's one of the most dominating players on defense. He gets the job done. And Steelers just so much a better team with a defense, obviously, with him on the field. But again, both defenses ruled that game. That game has no shot of going over if the defenses don't play up to what they want. Both offenses, real terrible. And that's why we thought there'd be another low-scoring game, probably decided by a field goal. So this one was decided by 4 points in our favor. We'll take the split, 2-1. For the night in NFL, guys, 13-4 first 2 weeks. First of all, let me just say it's a ridiculous amount of bets for me to have in the first 2 weeks. 17 bets. I don't expect those many bets here and after. Just a lot of edges. We feel we're better than the line makers. And earlier in the season, that's when we'll have the edge. And it showed up. 13-4 run. Get back on the right track with baseball yesterday. Reds getting it done. Stay tuned for our 2 baseball plays today. Another 2 dogs. Hope to do that every day. We'll take a split every day. So yeah, got the week off to a nice start. Let's keep that going, Ben.
Yep, really quick, guys. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, comment below, and let's go ahead and dive into this MLB slate. So we have this NL East matchup, obviously Mets and Marlins. Mets get it done last night. They've now won 6 of the 8 meetings this season. Garrett versus Lucchesi here. Lucchesi, only 2 starts in the last 2 months, both pretty solid. There's only 1 in September, allowing 1 earned run, 7 innings versus the D-backs. Faced the Marlins a few years ago, 4 shutout innings there. Garrett's been on a tear, 4-3, 2.33 ERA. Last time out, 6 shutout innings. Was roughed up a little bit by the Mets. 4 runs, 15 hits, and 7 2/3. That's a lot of hits. We'll see what happens here. Slight lean in the Mets here, and it was where the lean was yesterday. Obviously, there was a Miami letdown from the Atlanta game and Atlanta series, and they scored just 1 run yesterday. We'll see what the offense does here, but yes, as good as Garrett's been, as much as Marlins need this, Mets have dominated this matchup for the most of the season. Lucchesi's look decent. This would be Mets or nobody.
Yeah, Mets have dominated the series. Garrett's looked great, but not against the Mets and not at home. Not as good. Mets have been getting the job done. Recently now, what do we got the Mets at 5-2, scoring 5.7 runs a game, hitting 280 their last 7. Those aren't bad stats. Marlins, the money showed up this morning for the Mets. It opened 160 on the overnight, presently sitting at 150. I don't have a bet on this one, but it's Mets or nobody.
And we have the Phillies at the Braves. Zach Wheeler bounces back with another quality start now against Atlanta. Makes it 9-10. They get the win last night. Bats came out hot there. Atlanta now dropped 4 straight. Are they starting to get a little bit too comfortable, too lackadaisical? Sanchez versus Strider today. Sanchez was going really good for most of July and some of August. Fell off a little bit here in the backstretch. Last time out, 4 runs, 7 1/3 against the Braves. So it's still pretty good. Prior to that, 5 shutout innings versus the Marlins. And then you have Strider here. Was last time out against the Phillies, 1 run, 7 innings. He's been really good against Philly this year. 3 quality starts, 3-0, 1.89. Tough to buck that, but big price here. Atlanta's dropped 4 straight. Definitely a little bit of a playoff preview. This would be Phillies or nobody. Just tough there. What Strider's been doing in this season matchup, and then again, just lately, he's been pitching really good baseball. So lean to the Phillies here. Tough to buck though.
Huge number. I mean, look, Strider's been dominating the Phillies. Especially last time out. We bet against them last time out. Had a little bit of a chance in the first inning. Only scratched out 1 run. That was it. Slammed the door shut on Philly, as he's done all year. But Atlanta in a little bit of a slump. Atlanta's one of these teams we talked about. You get so far out in front, you're just playing out the string. Mm-hmm. Well, all of a sudden, 4 straight Atlanta losses, coupled with 3 straight Oriole wins, and Orioles are on their heels for the best record. Now Atlanta just has a 2-game lead over them. They got a 3.5-game lead over the Dodgers and still hold the tiebreaker over the Dodgers, so a little more of a cushion there. Once you start that loser streak, tough to jump back on. Just 3.5 runs a game over this 4-game losing streak. That number's just too big. Tough to bet against Strider in this spot. We did it the last time out. Maybe forced to at a plus 200 number. Phillies are nobody just because of the number.
Then we have the Pirates at the Cubbies, NL Central matchup. Right now, the Cubs currently holding on to that final wild card spot, tied with Cincy, both half game up on Miami. They need every single win here. They have now lost 5 straight. Pirates coming off a 4-3 homestand, and Cubs have dominated this matchup. 9 and 10 meetings this year, all 3 in Wrigley. It's Assad going, who was going really good in August. One of those August starts against Pittsburgh, quality starts, 1 run in 7 innings. Last 2 times out, though, he gave up 7 runs at 8 2/3. So see if this is the Cubs chicken soup. We'll see if this is Assad's chicken soup. Still waiting on a pitcher to be announced for Pittsburgh, but nonetheless, going to be tough to go against the Cubbies here. Ownership and a game that they absolutely need, a series they absolutely need.
Look, it really is. They own them, but they've lost 5 straight. Pirates actually playing decent ball, winning 4 of their last 7. And Assad, remember, he started the year in the bullpen. They worked him into being a starter. Could he be hitting that period where he's pitching too many innings? And that's what it looks like his last couple of times out. He's been hit. Can't bet the Pirates in this spot, but no way do I want an ice-cold Cub team with a pitcher not pitching his best ball, even though the Cubs need this one and have dominated the series.
Then we have Brewers at St. Louis. Waino turning back the clock with 7 shutout innings last night. Gets it done for career number 2.
Let me just interrupt Ben for a second. So Ben wanted this game yesterday, and I'm like, all right, Ben, I just can't pull the trigger on Wainwright. The cards aren't hitting. But, yeah, this is why Ben is what he is. This is why Ben does this with me, because he knows the hell he's talking about. I just couldn't do it with St. Louis, so hats off to Ben.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it again tonight, because that's the lean again tonight. St. Louis here. Rom better his last time out. 5 1/3 shutout innings versus Baltimore. McGill going here for Milwaukee. Uses an opener. We'll see how they go. It's supposed to be Rhea following. And Rom not looking at anything special, but last time out at Baltimore, it's obviously the second best team in baseball. That's a good start. We'll see if he can pile something onto that. Cards don't have anything to play for. Is there maybe a team letdown? Did they go out last night, celebrate with Waino? Who knows? This would be a still St. Louis or nobody. Don't have much to play for. Can try and play spoiler, and maybe the Brewers' chance of winning the division, which obviously their lead's pretty safe.
Yeah, then that's it. But Brewers, again, in that kind of area, 6-game lead. That's not a huge lead, but there's 11 games left. Season's ending, guys. Regular season coming to a close. Now, for their last 2 games, Brewers have scored a total of 1 run. They went 13 innings with the Nats on Sunday, got 1 run, get blanked by Waino last night. So 1 run in 2 games. Yelich, he's missed 9 of the last 10 games. Again, this team, it looks like they're at that point now where they're playing out the string, just waiting for the players to start. Just don't like Rom in this spot. Game means more, I think, to St. Louis here. We're out of it. We're going to beat you. I think the number's right. This is a bullpen game against another pitcher. Brewers, they're still the better team, but they got to score some runs. Look, Cardinals aren't scoring any runs either. Cardinals now 2-2, 3 runs a game, hitting 220 on this homestand. These were the numbers I didn't like going against Peralta, who pitched a great game himself, and he's been lights out also. Couldn't buck that. So I think the number's right here. I'll probably stay off this one unless are the Cardinals going to rest some guys after yesterday's win? We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with the Cards, too. Wayno's last start will be against Cincy at home. Cincy going to be in that wild card race, so they'll have a chance to play spoiler against them. Then we have Giants at Arizona. Obviously, there's some wild card here. San Francisco right now 2 games back of that wild card spot. Cobb versus Gallen. Gallen, who was trying to go for a Cy Young finish here, last 4 starts, 1-3, 6.20 ERA. And he had the complete game shutout, and then the start after that, 7 runs in 5 innings there against the Mets. And then you have Cobb going here for San Francisco. Just a different pitcher on the road, 2-4, 5.26 in 15 starts. Was a bit better last time out against Cleveland, 2 unearned in 5 innings. Prior to that, roughed up at San Diego. He's now 2 starts out since his complete game shutout. The pitching edge still goes to Gallen here. Unreal at home all season long, 11-2, 2.18 ERA. And another one of these teams who just absolutely needs wins. Right now, half game up on the Cubbies and the Reds. This is a must win here at home. Ace on the mound. Arizona needs it.
Yeah, I'm just watching the NFL, guys. So as you guys know, we're always monitoring our screens here. And as we're shooting this podcast, it's 11:40 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday morning. And I'm watching the line move. Tennessee is the play right now. They just swooped in and took all the 3.5. Game is pretty much down to 3 everywhere. And that's going to be obviously because of the Chubb injury and some stuff going on with Watson, not only how bad he looked yesterday, but making contact with an official, possible suspension. So that game getting hit now. So getting back to baseball, I don't know if Ben also mentioned the Giants just suck on the road. 5-23, their last 20. Is that even a real number? You can't even think. How could they possibly even still be in the wild card hunt, being 5-23, their last 28 road games? Cobb, good that's at home at San Francisco. Terrible on the road, just doesn't get the job done. With their road record, with the way Cobb pitches on the road, can't want San Fran in this spot. But don't make the number much bigger. Gallen's been having his own problems. Arizona hasn't played great except against the Cubs in this last week and a half. They wind up beating the Cubs 6 of 7, and that's what's propelled them into the second wild card spot right now. I think the number's right on this one. We'll look for lineups later.
Then the other NL West matchup, Rockies at San Diego, Feltner versus Snell. And Snell, who's now looking more and more like the Cy Young. Crazy, the guy who's going to lead the league in walks is going to get a Cy Young, but he is on a crazy tear. 7 straight quality starts, 1.88 ERA. Last time out, held the Dodgers, 1 hit, 6 shutout innings. Been okay against the Rockies, 4 runs and 11 1/3. Just tough to go against those numbers. Big price here would be Rockies or nothing. Just have no interest in going against Snell, looking to solidify himself in a Cy Young position.
Okay, so this would be the only time that I can't take this plus 260 number with a team that scored 19 runs in their last 2 games. Rockies lose to the Giants Sunday 11-10 and then lose at San Diego 11-9 last night. The difference is you've got a Cy Young winner against the guy that his last time out got, and I don't mean to laugh, but got drilled off his head, fractured his skull, and it's going to be his first time back. So in any other situation, I'm all over the Rockies. Just can't pull the trigger in this absolute pitching mismatch. But like I said, when you got a team that scores 19 runs in their last 2 games, although both losses, not too many, they're hitting the ball. You want to stay with that team. Can't do it. Not in this pitching advantage.
We have Angels at Tampa Bay. No interest in Sandoval. Another one of these pitchers just brutal right now. 0-3, 9.22 is in September so far. Last time out, 8 runs, 10 hits, 5 innings. Bradley hasn't been any better. 8 runs, 10 hits, 5 homers in 11 innings. His last 2 times out. This is a Angels team. They've lost 5 straight. They're not playing good ball. 2-8 their last 10. Tampa Bay still a chance to catch Baltimore in the division. Just no way the Rays don't show up here. Worth a look at the over. I mean, both these pitchers getting cracked lately. I imagine Rays offense has a field day today.
Yeah, Ben said this Angels team. This isn't the Angels team. This look, Ohtani, Trout, Moniak, Rengifo, Ward, Rendon, Urshela. These are imposters. They just have Angels put on their back. It's like if somebody came in here wearing a "How to Beat the Bookie" shirt. You're not John Massa. Sorry about it, guys. So here comes this team, and dead, just an absolute dead team right now. Angels. Let me pull up stats, guys. What do we got going on here? We've got 5 straight losses, scoring 2.2 runs a game, batting all of 170. They're not even hitting Ben's weight. What are you weighing in that, Ben?
Yeah, about 175.
Ben, if you're hitting 210, at least you're hitting my weight. They're not even hitting Ben's weight. They're going to go in there with Sandoval, who's been absolutely terrible. Tampa Bay still chasing the Orioles. They still want to catch that #1 seed. So, yeah, big number, but no way in the world do I want the Angels.
We have Blue Jays at Yankees. Toronto, again, another one of these wild card teams needing wins. Up 1 game right now, holding that 2nd spot, and some of these West teams scratching at the heels. Kikuchi versus Schmidt. Schmidt's been pretty decent. 3 earned his last time out. Before that, quality start versus the Tigers. And then Kikuchi, a little bit rough. 0-2, 5.52. Last time out, 6 runs, 5 innings, and a loss to Texas. Pitching, yeah, he's still going to give to Kikuchi just ever so slightly, who's going well. But Schmidt just doesn't have very many bad starts. He'll get roughed up 2 to 3 runs, maybe 4. But you're never out of the game when Schmidt's on the mound. So always an appealing home dog there. Will be a lean here to the Yankees in this matchup. And again, you got to find what do these teams had to play for this time of year. A lot of bitterness between these two teams, a little bit of a division rivalry. Really more of a rivalry between these two teams right now than what the Yankees have with the Red Sox. So will be a lean here to the Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees doing what the Padres doing over in the National League. Yeah, winning ball games when they're out of it already. So you got the Yankees now 14-6 over their last 20 games. As Ben said, Schmidt, not a great starter, just serviceable. Just keeps you in the game. This is a tough one. Some money showed up for the Yankees, but they're about -115. That's right where I make the game. I don't see an edge in this one. Even though Toronto needs it, Yankees looking like they want it. They're continuing to win games right now. I thought that Judge would get rested in Pittsburgh. They didn't. He continues to play. Don't see him getting rested today after an off day yesterday. So expect this to be a full Yankee squad going for a win. The line is right. I'll stay off of it.
Then we have the Royals at Cleveland. What a way to lose. Or sorry, Cleveland at KC. What a way for Guardians to blow that one yesterday. Royals put up 4 in the 8th. Going to be Allen versus Cruz today. Cruz going to be a bit more of an opener. Allen last 2 times out, pretty solid. 2 runs in 10 innings, 11 Ks, 5 walks. No interest here in Cleveland. I don't want to be back in a KC bullpen game, but no interest in Cleveland. A tough way to lose yesterday. Allen, not the best numbers against Kansas City. And if Guardians weren't already dead, they're 6 feet deep now.
Absolutely. And they're 10. This line is a stupid line. This is too big of a favorite. Right now sitting at 158 to 160. Cleveland's 10 games under 500. I get the pitching advantage with Allen. But KC, another team, playing good ball. 5-2 last 7 at home. They've won 5 of their last 6, scoring 6.5 runs a game. They're a live team right now. You want live teams. It doesn't matter who the better team is. This is a team that's still playing right now. KC and nobody at the dog price, even though it's a bullpen game.
And we have Boston at Texas. Boston pulls it out last night. They were playing pretty rough heading into this. Snaps a 4-game skid. And Texas, they just continue. Since mid-August, Texas has been really brutal. It's Houck versus Eovaldi. Eovaldi, 7+ ERA since returning. Hasn't been going far. 73 pitches to go 3 1/3 his last time out. Houck, last time out, 6 shutout innings versus the Yankees. Prior to that, roughed up a bit. And another one of these Boston pitchers, a bit better on the road. Lean here to Boston. I mean, not playing good ball right now. They get the win last night, show a little fight with the comeback. Then you have Eovaldi, who's just been a shell of himself, and he used to pitch for the Red Sox last year. Was roughed up by them earlier in July, and no interest here in backing Eovaldi as a favorite. Could only want the Red Sox.
Yeah, two bad teams just struggling. It was it was not who's going to win it yesterday. It's who's going to lose it.
Yeah.
Red Sox, they snapped their 4-game losing streak. So the last 5 games, they're scoring just 2.8 runs a game, hitting .203. They're 3-10 in their last 13. Those are not the numbers I want to back. I get it. Eovaldi not pitching well. Houck did better his last time out. Rangers are terrible. They activated Jung and Garcia both yesterday. Jung 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Garcia goes 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Let's see if they're a little better after getting the rust off yesterday. They got their full team back, Texas. They need a W here. No way in the world am I laying this price. Just don't see a reason to back the Red Sox after the come-from-behind win yesterday, the way they've been playing.
Then we have the Orioles at the Astros. Really quick, also, I wanted to ask you about this, John. I know Yankees looking a little bit out of it, but 6 games back, and then it's going to head into this Orioles-Astros matchup a little bit, but it's Yankees 6 games back. Texas plays Seattle twice, Houston once. Yankees play Toronto twice, and the Toronto plays Tampa twice. A lot of these teams playing together. I mean, it's a lot different than the NL wildcard race where, there's 4 teams who are all right there, and, it's a bit difficult to climb all 4.
Look, is anything possible? Yeah, Yankees basically got to win out to make up 6 with, let me pull it up. I believe Yankees now. Okay, so Yankees have got 12 games left. If they win out, that puts them at 88 and 74. So Toronto's got 83 wins. They've got to win just 5 to match that total. Texas and Seattle, 82 wins. Just got to win half their games. And that's, again, if Yankees win out. Can it happen? It can happen. And with these teams playing each other. But just the way one of them have to lose, one of them have to win. Would have to be almost a perfect scenario. One team loses all the – Seattle or Texas lose all their games to let the Yankees catch over them, and Yankees beat Toronto up, and Toronto loses to Tampa Bay, where Yankees could take one of the spots. If Texas and Seattle, if those teams all split their games, Yankees aren't going to catch both of them. So it's an outside chance. Is anything possible? It's possible. It'll have to start tonight. A knife they took Sunday while losing the game to the Pirates in a winnable game. So now that they're back home, like I said, 14-6 their last 20. They're on a nice little run. The money showed up for them this morning, but I think the price is right. Can they get there? Real tough. 6 games out this late in the season, just 12 left.
Nope. And then these are the 2 teams who
Put it
lead.
this way, the ESPN, guys check ESPN, go to the standings, and each day they give the percentage of their playoff possibilities, and ESPN has got them at a 0.4%, so basically less than 1% chance to get there.
Yeah, this DraftKings. Yeah, DraftKings doesn't even have odds for them to make it anymore. But this next matchup is.
Do they have on San Diego?
Let's see.
Because San Diego's got a less of a chance than the Yankees do, obviously.
Nope, no San Diego. It's all pretty heavy favorites. The only ones with value right now, you're looking at the Giants plus 900, Cubs plus 115, Reds plus 105. Those are the only ones with the Marlins plus 105 as well. Mainly that NL wildcard race. But this Orioles-Houston matchup, the 2 division leaders of all those teams, Orioles right now 2.5 up. You have Houston 1.5 up on Texas and Seattle. Gibson versus Brown today. And if this is a preview of the ALCS, what a good way last night. Mullins with a homer in the 9th. Orioles have had success in this matchup, a little bit more than any of these other AL teams that have tried to take out Houston in previous years. We'll see what goes on here. Gibson versus Brown today. Gibson been pitching pretty well. 3 of his last 4 starts, quality starts. Last 2, 4 runs in 12 2/3. Brown coming off a better outing, 5 no-hit innings against Oakland, but before that was atrocious in his 6 prior starts, and the 2 before 11 runs, 8 1/3, and now he gets the second best team in baseball. This is dog with the second best team in baseball, the best road team in the AL, or nothing.
This is our free bet, guys. 2-unit bet. This line, they pushed it up as where we could take 143, which was ridiculous, and I knew they were going to do it. They pushed the line up so far yesterday. I'm kicking myself in the ass, but it was tough to pull the trigger on Baltimore.
Tough spot.
They celebrated after the Tampa Bay win Sunday because it was their first. They were going to make their first playoff since, I believe, 2016 or 17. I don't even remember. Whatever it was, they threw a big celebration, a little party for them. Didn't know if they would come in with their game yesterday. Astros back and forth game. Astros go up, then 7-5. Looks like the game's over, but no, as Beth said, Mullins 3-run jack, 1 out in the 9th. Baltimore is the most profitable team in baseball this year. They have the best record in Major League Baseball this year. The Astros are a 500 team at home. They score more than a run less at home than they do on the road. If there's a pitching edge, I'm giving it to Gibson.
No.
Plus 143 all day long, 2-unit bet. We're on the Orioles.
And then we have these other AL West matchups. Seattle at Oakland, Castillo versus Blackburn. Mariners get it done yesterday. 10 of 11 meetings they've won, all 4 in Oakland. Under now 6-1 the last 7 meetings. That's where I'm looking back at this matchup. Castillo, they've won his last 9 starts, last 2 both quality starts. Blackburn been a little bit rough his last 2 times out. Was decent for Seattle last season, but Blackburn was putting together a nice stretch. Seattle, though, just one of these teams in the AL West race, wild card race, cannot want to take the worst team in baseball against them, especially with Castillo, ace on the mound. They've won 9 in a row. Imagine they go for 10. Big price here. Only could be interested in the under in this matchup.
Yeah, Mariners have won 10 of 11 in this matchup. A's have lost 5 straight. They've been outscored 34-8 in those 5 games. Castillo on the mound. Enough said. I'll stay off this one. Can't get me on Oakland again.
Then we have Twins at Cincinnati. Cincy, one of the winners for us last night, or the only winner in the MLB. They get it done yesterday. Maeda versus Cruz today. Cruz going to be a bit of an opener. Lively's going to be the one who's supposed to follow. Was roughed up a bit before. Maeda coming off quality start versus the White Sox. 2 runs in 7 innings. Reds roughed him up back in 21. He's been a bit better on the road this season. It's just a Reds team in this wild card race. And that's really what so much of this comes down to. Like we said, keep talking about 11 games away here. Twins in one of these spots where they're locked in pretty much. So this is Cincy or nobody at home. Dog, yes, maybe give Maeda the pitching edge, but it's got to be Cincy or nobody.
Yeah, this is our second 2-unit bet, guys. Just as we did Reds, we're coming right back with them. I like this spot even better. Maeda, not as good a pitcher as Ryan was yesterday. Cincy now winning 6 of their last 8. Correa left the game yesterday. I would imagine he's going to be out. You're not going to put anybody less than 100%. Again, Twins, 7-game lead by way of the Guardians, losing that one last night with just 11 left. ESPN's got them at a 99.9% chance. So they're in that spot. They're not going to catch anybody. Nobody's going to catch them. They're playing out the string against the team that needs it. Reds all of a sudden hot again. So, yeah, give Maeda a little pitching edge. But the Twins, only division leader, doesn't play 500 ball on the road. No way could they be this price. The price is down now. We took 132 this morning, and now you're looking at the best you could take is one. Give me a sec. Had the football screen on. The best you could take now would be plus 116.
And we have White Sox at Washington. Urena versus Rutledge. White Sox get it done last night. Great start from Clevenger. Still, though, 5-12 their last 17. Nats 4-14 their last 18. 2 teams not winning games right now, beating up on each other. Gross pitching matchup. Could only want the over here, but these teams aren't really hitting that much. Urena last time out, 6 runs off 7 hits. Faced the Nats in April, gave up 6 runs in 2 2/3. Rutledge in his MLB debut, 7 runs, 10 hits, 3 2/3. That's against the Pirates. It wasn't like it was any big bad bats there. So this is over or nothing, just solely based on the pitching matchup, and flip a coin on a side here between this gross pitching matchup.
Yeah, this is, that's not even going to touch this game. Ben talks about over. Just tough to pull the trigger on over. I'm not a total better, but right now, Nats scoring just 2.57 runs a game, batting $181. Last 7 games, not actually tearing the cover off the ball. 2 teams playing horrible, 2 bad pitches. Don't want nothing to do with it. Let's get that last game in.
Yep, last game is Tigers at Dodgers. Looks like Diaz going to be the opener here for Detroit. Still waiting on a pitcher to be announced for the Dodgers. Dodgers get it done last night, 8-3 win there. Snaps a little win streak there for the Tigers. They're playing pretty good baseball on the road this season. Game above 500, 38-37. Dodgers just 3-5 last 8 at home. And they've obviously regressed a little bit, but now 1-4 straight. And maybe trying to catch Atlanta. We'll see. There's too far back. Tigers are nobody. It's hard to get on this game. Got to see who LA's throwing out there today. But imagine we're going to see LA drop some down the stretch of 11 games. Last year, there was a lot of money made against the Dodgers in the final week of the season. And I think we're going to be doing that as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought last night. But the Dodgers came out to play, got their hitting shoes back on. They'd given all the stars off on Sunday. Freeman, Betts, Will Smith, everybody sat. They come back yesterday, and they put it on 8-3. So now they've won their last 4 games, scoring where am I now? Won their last 4 games, scoring 6.5 runs a game, but they're just 3-5 their last 8 at home. Still have the best home record in the NL, best record in baseball, home record in baseball belongs to the Tampa Bay Rays. Another reason we won't bet against them today in that Angels spot. Dodgers, they're in that spot, though. Still 3.5 games behind the Braves. Again, don't have the tiebreaker. Can they catch them for best record? I really don't think so. They're still undecided with a pitcher. You know their situation. Going to be very careful with pitches. They lost Gonsolin, Urias, Buehler before the season, so they're very limited with pitches. We'll see who they go with. Different reports. So we've got Don Best, which is we rely on for the lines. They're reporting Diaz as a pitcher, but I also see Olsen. Olsen has been nice now for Detroit, depending on the line. Look, it's Detroit and nobody. We'll wait to see who the pitchers are for both teams. In my preview, I've got both undecided. But if we get a real big fat number, it's probably a small bet on the Tigers.
We'll see who they end up going there. Obviously, how to beat the bookie members. You guys will get updated on some of those undecideds. Pittsburgh, Detroit, LA. You guys will get that information on the app and on the website once we find out. That's 2 free bets for you guys in the MLB. 13-4 to start the NFL season. And like we keep reiterating on these episodes, these NFL bets start coming out midweek. So if you guys want to get that, sign up now. Do not wait till the weekend. Other than that, John, if you have anything to add, let's keep things rolling here.
Yeah, no, and again, guys, we appreciate the guys. And if all you want to do is come on the podcast, that's great. We appreciate the support. Just know that our games move. NFL, we had 2 games this past week that the line move would have took you from a winner to a loser if you're not had to beat the bookie member. We gave out the Jets Cowboy total under 40.5 Tuesday morning. Check out our Instagram page. There's a video with the timestamp up there. We gave that game out Tuesday morning. If you wait till day of game to get that bet, the game went down to 38.5. You take a winning bet and make it a losing bet. Same thing with the Falcons. We gave out the Falcons Wednesday when that line was at +2. The Falcons went to a 3-point favorite. Falcons only won by 1. Again, you could take a winner and turn it into a loser. So it's not only just the side, it's the number you get, the price you get. Same thing with baseball. Now we gave you guys 2 games. We gave you Reds plus 132. Again, that line right now, you're sitting at the best you could take is 116. Gave you the Orioles. We took 143, and the best you could take right now, not so big, but plus 135. Those pennies add up. That's where you're going to make your money. Going to take you for, again, make you a winner instead of a loser at the end of the year. Had to beat the bookie. He's 13-4 the first 2 weeks of NFL. We'll keep this going right into NBA, and then we're going to destroy. And I mean destroy DraftKings literally day by day, every day, destroy the number of DraftKings.
You guys want to be a part of that? You guys know where to go. Sign up on the app or the website. Appreciate you tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's make some money.
Let's make some money.